Barry Houser and Dr. Fleming. We're going to talk a little bit about this year's summer band at the University of Illinois. So, Barry, let's start with you. When did it first begin, and what was the original purpose of forming this summer band?
Yeah, well, that's pretty complicated. We're home to the nation's first collegiate band program, established in 1868. So the summer band wasn't established back then, but there were remnants of the summer band, or at least the mission of the summer band, that took place in the 1910s. The official start to summer band actually took place with Albert Austin Harding in 1922. And the whole mission of that was a composition of students, of faculty, of townspeople. And so it's been an interesting mix. So it's the 114th season of the Illinois Summer Band. If you start doing some of that math, you'll be like, that doesn't add up. Well, because there's been some years where that's been off. There's been some years where a variety of different things have happened. Obviously, COVID, there was some time that we took off there. But the mission of Summer Band really truly started in 1922, even though there was some community involvement before that.
Kim, so as someone who's joined this band in the last few years, can you tell us a little bit about your experience with the history, specifically from your perspective, and then what you've seen, like what milestones are being created, just even in this last year?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to join this program and know the legacy and traditions and know how much we always continue to evolve on those traditions. So things aren't stagnant, but we have deep reverence and respect for our history. I think in terms of summer band, I think the fact, like Barry said, 114 seasons is just something pretty remarkable, and not many places and programs in the country can have traditions that go so long. So the fact that the university has such a strong commitment to this, that we have such a strong connection to the community, and we've been able to maintain that and thrive and change it and develop it has been really exciting.
That's really cool. 114 years. That's amazing. So, Barry, we are coming up upon the day of the concert.
Yes.
Next Thursday, June 25th at 7 p.m. Talk to us a little about that and why we should be there.
It's next Thursday.
It's
Oh
next
my
Thursday.
God. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. No, I think it's just a phenomenal experience to take in the summer band. It's very accessible. There's no fee. There's no admission, so it's free. I think the most challenging part is finding some parking. If you're able to walk, if you're able to ride your bike, that's very easy to find us on the quad. And which part of the quad goes back to some history there, because back in the early days we used to play on the very south side of the quad in front of Bollinger, but they put in the late 1980s, I believe, that more concrete fence that goes around the circular area. There used to be no concrete there, and that's where the summer band would typically play. But since that's been installed, that's when they flip things over to the south side, right behind the Illini Union. So if you know where the Illini Union is, go to the very south side of that. That's where we'll be set up. But so it's a really great time just to come together with other community members.
That's so cool. Well, I am so excited just to, one, be part of it, and then two, know that I'm part of such tradition and history. I think that's really interesting. And for you, Kim, so he's talking about the where and the when. Why should the community come out, and what's going to be, like, why are you really excited about this concert yourself?
I think there's something about summer band that is so fulfilling as a community. They're, having us all meet on the quad, and Navy Band Great Lakes is joining us. Like, it's a really special concert. Then, we all can consume music in a bunch of different ways these days, but there's nothing more special than doing it with people. I think the July Summer Band concert was the first thing I came to when I moved to town 4 years ago. And it was such a special feeling of the community that I think that is one of the main reasons to come.
Isn't it cool that it kind of takes us back in history too?
It does.
Because how many things do we go to, like concerts that are outside and things like that? I don't know. I mean, yes, it's been going on a long time, but there's something about that is very simple and very pure, and I think a lot of people recognize that when they attend.
Yeah.
Yes, and from somebody who has young children, I feel like this is a great concert to have those kids from really young to be a young adult to get out there, right?
Yes.
Young at heart, right? I mean, this is really something like it's not just about being in the university. It's not just being about in a concert band. It's about the togetherness, right? The unity, the experience, the diversity, and so. Well, go
I
ahead.
think that's a good point to bring up too, because I think a lot of parents out there will sometimes not bring their kiddos to concerts because like, oh, we have to be quiet. No, it's outside. There's dogs barking. There's like
Yeah.
sirens. There's like all kinds of different things that we deal with.
Oh, yeah.
So if your parents have young kids or whatever age, like don't worry about that. We love performing in the Cranert Center, but sometimes there's a little more expectation of, yep, don't be speaking in between pieces and things like that. This is just come as you are. Enjoy it. And if your kid starts crying, we're sorry. But it's okay. Not everyone's gonna look at you to where, when you're in some of those quiet moments, don't worry about that at all.
Oh, I
Very accessible.
love that. Any final words, Kim, that you would say to families or young and old that would come to this concert?
No, all are welcome. My 2.5-year-old will be there, so if you need someone to play with, he'll be there.
I love it. Well, thank you both for your time today. This has been so much fun, and I'm really excited for the concert next Thursday. And hopefully, we can sell out, as they would say.
There you go.
This thing. It's free, but let's bring everybody and pack your quad, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Thank you.